Hey there everyone, today I will upgrade this HP COMPAQ 6200 small form factor PC with a new hard disk, an SSD and a RAM module upgrade. I have this Hitachi 500 gig hard disk, and even though I wrote Seagate, the brand is Hitachi, so that is my mistake. But it's a solid hard disk, it's low in hours, it's only 5000 hours, and as I didn't have the appropriate screws, I had to make do, so it's a very ghetto, it's a very janky setup, but it fits. I'm placing the hard disk in its tray, and I'm locking it in its place and making sure it doesn't move. Yeah, it is not going to move. The Corsair 90GB SSD, it is the smallest SSD I have, with an extra SATA cable, the red one. I'm going to place the SATA cable in the motherboard and then plug in the other side on the SSD. And the SATA power cable. I need to plug in the SATA power cable so the SSD and the hard disk have power coming from the power supply. So the PC itself has already two RAM sticks. They are both 2GB DDR3. In total it makes 4GB, and it is not enough. It is just too weak for Windows 10. You can still use it, but you cannot run like 10 or 15 tabs of Google Chrome. I'm going to unhook the RAM and then place in the new ones that I will open up just after. The brand new 8GB DDR3 stick, which cost me $4 United States dollars. So both of them, 8GB and 16GB, is more than enough for Windows 10. It is very usable even in 2025. I'm closing up the power supply, plugging the SATA power cable, first to the hard disk in its tray, and the second SSD. I'm hooking up the SATA power cable. And the SATA data cable coming out from the motherboard. So I'm looking for space for the SSD. I'm trying to guess where can I place it. Under the power supply there is not enough space. Doesn't fit. There is a second tray for a hard disk, and it is more than enough, more than big enough for the SSD. There in its own place. It fits, there's space. So I'm opening up the brand new RAM sticks, both of them, and I will place them on the motherboard. I'm unlatching the RAM holders, the plastic bracket holders. I'm putting in the very first one in its place, the first placement, and the second one will go to the third place. As the motherboard has 4 RAM placement, to get dual channel it is better to put the first and the third one. If you have 4 sticks, you put in all of them, of course. After putting on the RAM sticks, I will put down the DVD-ROM so that I can close the PC case. I'm changing the place of the SATA cable because it wasn't stable enough. So there's like 4 SATA cable placements, and this one's a bit better, making sure everything is fit and snug. Now it's time to close the PC case. The person who agreed to exchange this PC for his Lenovo ThinkPad was okay with 16GB of RAM, and even though I proposed to him to double the RAM, double the memory for a tiny fee, he said that he already had some sticks, memory sticks, so he was okay with it. Now all we need is to get a screen and prepare the PC for Windows 10 installation. After plugging in all the cables and turning on the PC, we are waiting to have a video signal. It says memory size error, which is okay. We don't care. We just increase the memory. Of course, it's going to give us an error. Intel boot agent, I have no idea what it is. It's probably a company thing. It's going to give us a disk error because the disk is clean. It is not formatted. I'm trying to plug in the USB flash disk, which contains the Windows 10. After changing the place of the USB disk, we have the Windows 10 logo, so the installation can start and continue. I'm going to fast forward this section just 2 times the speed, because everyone knows about the Windows 10 installation process. It's going to be in French because the person that is willing to take this PC speaks French. The installer program is going to start. I'm going to click on I don't have a product key. I'm going to choose the edition of Windows 10. I'm going to go with Professional, Windows 10 Professional. The old habit of going to the bottom of the contract. So personalized. In here we can see the disks. There's the 500 gig and the 90 gig SSD. I'm going to choose the 90 gig SSD. I'm going to click on Format because it says Principal Use. The installation program is formatting it. Even after formatting it, it is not letting me. So I'm going to click on Clean or Delete because it's going to say non-allocated space, and then we can use the SSD to install the Windows 10. With an SSD, this process takes like 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 15 if it's a really big SSD. The files are preparing. We are waiting for the Windows 10 installation process to finish. Of course, this is fast forwarded, so it can be a bit slower in real life. %75 already. Almost there. Now the PC is going to restart, but before that I need to take off the USB and click on restart now. Windows 10. It is preparing the system, finding default drivers. Preparing. Yeah, it is taking some time. We have the mouse cursor. Almost there. Yeah, please wait. The language, the region, France. The keyboard layout, French. I don't have any internet, limited setup. We don't want any OneDrive or Microsoft account. Using a name for the local account. A password. No, we don't want any diagnostic data or localization or ads. Cortana, no. We don't want any Cortana either. Windows is preparing our system, our PC. Almost there, and we have the desktop. So now I'm just going to check if the driver-free Wi-Fi USB works. And it works. We can connect to a Wi-Fi, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to check local account. It is okay. About this PC, we have 4-core CPU with 16GB RAM. And the activation, it is not activated. I'm not going to activate this Windows 10 installation because I don't have any keys, and the person who is taking this PC said it is okay. He's going to just use it normally. Thanks for watching.